Bitcoin might seem like magic internet money, but underneath its mysterious exterior lies an elegantly designed system that revolutionized how we think about currency. To understand how it actually works, we need to break down its core components. At its heart, Bitcoin is really just a giant public ledger. Imagine a spreadsheet that anyone can see but nobody can tamper with. This ledger, called the blockchain, records every single Bitcoin transaction that has ever happened. But unlike your bank's ledger, which is controlled by the bank, Bitcoin's ledger is maintained by thousands of computers around the world. These computers, called nodes, all have exact copies of the ledger. When someone makes a Bitcoin transaction, it's broadcast to all these nodes. But how do we know these transactions are legitimate? This is where Bitcoin's true innovation comes in: cryptography and mining. Let's say Alice wants to send Bob 1 Bitcoin. She creates a transaction message using her private key, a super secure digital signature that proves she owns the Bitcoin she's trying to send. This transaction gets broadcast to the network, where it sits in a waiting area called the mempool, with thousands of other pending transactions. This is where Bitcoin miners enter the picture. Miners are computers that compete to validate blocks of transactions and add them to the blockchain. They take a bunch of transactions from the mempool, bundle them together, and then essentially try to solve a complex mathematical puzzle. The first miner to solve the puzzle gets to add their block to the blockchain and receives newly created Bitcoin as a reward. The puzzle itself is fascinating. Miners must find a special number called a nonce. That, when combined with the transaction data, produces a hash that starts with a specific number of zeros. It's like trying to find a needle in a digital haystack, and the only way to do it is through brute force. This process, called proof of work, is intentionally difficult and energy intensive. It's what makes Bitcoin secure. To manipulate the blockchain, you'd need to control more than 50% of the network's total computing power, which is practically impossible given Bitcoin's massive scale. New Bitcoins are created through this mining process, but there's a catch. The reward gets cut in half every 4 years, and there will never be more than 21 million Bitcoins in existence. As of now, about 19 million have been mined, with the last Bitcoin scheduled to be mined around the year 2140. The whole system runs without any central authority. No government, no bank, no CEO decides how Bitcoin works. Instead, it operates on consensus. If most of the network agrees on a change to Bitcoin's rules, that change happens. If they don't, it doesn't. This decentralized nature is what makes Bitcoin truly revolutionary. For the first time in history, we have a form of money that isn't controlled by any single entity, can't be counterfeited, and can be sent anywhere in the world in minutes.
For the first time in history, we have a form of money that isn't controlled by any single entity, can't be counterfeited, and can be sent anywhere in the world in minutes. This is the power of Bitcoin, a truly revolutionary concept in the world of finance. Thank you for watching and diving into the fascinating world of Bitcoin with us. If you liked the video, please subscribe.